Hey there, folks. Welcome back. David from Penny University, and we are doing another thrift stores video. Thrift stores, yard sales, garage sales, estate sales, things like that. I like to go to those and visit those and see if I can find any equipment or other things that I can use for prepping, for survival, for homesteading, that sort of a thing, because I don't have a gigantic budget. Like a lot of these prepper channels, you go and you look and you see the things that they have and the things that they do, and they're trying to sell you stuff and they have all this expensive equipment. Well, most preppers, they don't have a whole lot of money, do they? I don't. I know that. And I know that most people that do this, they probably live in an urban environment. They probably don't have a lot of money. They don't have access to a lot of funds. They can't afford to do all that. So I like to do these videos every once in a while just to demonstrate that if you got an eye for it and you go out to these thrift stores and yard sales and flea markets and things like that, you can find stuff pretty cheap. And I've got some interesting things that I've managed to pick up from thrift stores in the last couple of weeks and wanted to share that with you. I do these videos every once in a while, and I've got some pretty interesting stuff. I know there's a couple of things that have probably caught your eye here, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to demonstrate, show you what I got, and give you an idea what I paid for it. First of all, this right here, this pile came from Play It Again Sports, which is kind of like Plato's Closet. They buy used sporting equipment and they trade sporting equipment. And I went in there and I picked this stuff up, and this is weights. This is body weights, and these are the real deal. You see, I took one out so I could show you. This is an iron rod, and it's about an inch thick. And that's what's inside of all of this. 2 10-pound leg weights, 2 5-pound wrist weights, and a 50-pound vest. So that's 80 pounds. 80 pounds worth of weights. $1 a piece for the leg and wrist weights, and then 15 for the vest. I think it was 15 for the vest. It might have been a little less because they do have a military discount. I think I paid 12 for it actually. But that's outstanding if you use this kind of stuff. And I do. Go out and do my morning walk, my little morning patrol. It's about 5 miles with the extra 80 pounds on. I like that. And I like these better than those sandbag weights like the ones they have at Walmart. Believe it or not, the rods are actually more comfortable. And I wonder if these would stop a bullet being that freaking thick. I wonder about that. One of these days, I'm going to get an extra set and I'm going to go out on the range and test that. From the Goodwill, and you see I got 4 of these here. Something a little offbeat, the Televoicer. This is the original Televoicer, and I did not pay $2.02 for it. I paid $1.01. It was half price. And these are left over from the 80s, and this is something that you would have found at Radio Shack. And basically, it's literally, and I'll just go ahead and open one and show it to you. I picked up a couple more from some other people. You would put this on the speaking part of your phone and talk in here, and it makes you sound like Stephen Hawking. It makes you sound like a robot. So it's a voice disguising unit is basically what that is. And so 4 of them for $1.01 a piece. Hey, you can never be too careful. What can I say? Up here, you probably noticed the Coleman lantern, and this is a propane lantern, and it was $4.94, $5. And it's in really fantastic shape. It looks like it was hardly used. Somebody probably brought it to a couple of camping. It's got some like smudge on the outside. It looks like it got water spots. But yeah, this sucker works. There's nothing wrong with it. All the components are there. Usually a lamp like that would run you about $35 or so. So to pick one up for $5 is a good deal. Back here, for those of you who aren't familiar with what these are, some of you homesteaders, you know exactly what this is. These are dehydrators. A couple of dehydrators. They were $5.95 a piece, so $6 each. That's a pretty good price. Hardly look used. They work perfectly. The wife likes to do that kind of stuff. So that's fantastic. I picked those up for her. As always, you can find camouflage clothing. Got a boonie hat for like $1. Another one. And the tiger stripe camo. I've always been a fan of the tiger stripe camo. And these are a vintage pair. It's got the It's got the government tags inside of them. These were $3. You can always find really cheap camouflage clothing or other types of tactical clothing in thrift stores. They surface from time to time. Problem will be finding your size, obviously. I have a hard time finding my size. Usually the ones I find, quite frankly, the waists are enormous on a lot of the camouflage pants, and they're just not going to work for me. But I do find really inexpensive, good condition camouflage clothing. Now, I know you've been keeping your eye on that. And there's two of them. One, two. And no, they're not bulletproof vests or so-called bulletproof vests, because there's no such thing as bulletproof. These are cut vests. They are level 3 cut vests, and they do have the pocket for the trauma plate. There's two of them here. These are the types of vests that they would give you if you worked in a correctional facility. Cut and stab resistant. And they are full wraparound. Size large, front and back panels, Kevlar, with side panels also. And these, it says $4.54 was written on there, but they were half price. So $2.27 a piece for two cut and stab resistant vests. And they're in really excellent condition, actually. I pulled them apart and took a look, because you can open these, because this exterior shell is washable. You can pull it apart and wash the nylon exterior. And I opened it up and I took a look at the Kevlar pads that are inside of both of these, and they look really good. They look really good. So for $2.27 a piece, you can't go wrong. I have a use for those. I have a use for those. So just to give you an idea, like I was saying, I've done a few videos like this where I just showcase a variety of items that I've picked up that are prepper or survivalist or even homesteading related, just to demonstrate that yes, you can find this stuff for a fairly decent price if you're looking for it. If you're really vigilant about it and you're not too uppity to go to a thrift store. I know there are some people who are like, oh, I'm not going to a thrift store. I don't want nothing used. Well, you know what? I don't mind. And most people don't, I think. And I just wanted to share and show people that, yeah, you don't have to spend a fortune on your preps. You don't. You can find really good bargains out there if you're willing to put the time in. You have to pop into thrift stores and whatever, flea markets here and there every once in a while. But if you've got a good eye, you can find it. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. I hope you did. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. Check out some of our other videos. Take a look at our playlists. If you haven't seen them, you may find something that's useful to you. I hope you do. And that being said, as always, stay frosty, folks. And thanks for watching.